customers that come from far away.
Mm-hmm.
They come from way on the east side or to Bloomfield. They tell me that they were looking for a black-owned cleaners, and they don't mind driving to come to it, you know? And they've not only come one time, they come multiple times.
Absolutely.
You know? And they always tell me where they found it at on Google or whatever, you know, saying that they were looking for us.
Nice.
And also, we're open on Sundays. And they Google that. I'm shocked at all the people that actually Google looking for cleaners open on a Sunday.
Hello, hello.
Oh, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, boss. How about you?
Doing pretty good.
Unfortunately, I think I got moths in my closet, as you can see.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything you could do to potentially correct that.
Yeah, like I said, we can put some stitches in there to close those holes up.
Okay.
But like, the stitching will be visible, but you
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
I don't need it to be perfect, but
Okay.
at the end of the day,
We can
I
take care of it.
I didn't even realize this until I grabbed them off the hanger and brought them on in.
All right, let me get a phone number for you and then get these logged in for you.
All right, sounds good, boss.
That's for you.
All right, thank you, boss.
No problem. I'm Jeremy. I'm one of the co-owners of Indian Village Cleaners. We're located on Grand River in Rosedale Park, 18577 Grand River, right next to the Royal Fresh Market. We've been here now for like a year and a half. We bought this place in April of 2023.
Nice.
They closed it. We took over. We were actually thinking about doing something different with the building, and then we noticed that people were just showing up. People were regularly pulling up every day. We're closed, and so at some point we decided, let's just keep it open and see what we can do here. This place has been here for as long as I can remember, and so that's how we ended up here. Actually, we purchased the building across the next door, across the parking lot, in 2019, and that was a venture with my business partner, Dr. Stewart, and he was leasing space across the street, Feel Good Dental, and was able to come into a deal with this building. So we got that, and then a couple years later, we had built a relationship with the people here, and they let us know that they were getting ready to sell the place, and we thought it was a good opportunity, so we kind of hopped on it.
Are cleaners profitable? You know, and the reason why I'm asking you that, and I'm not asking for numbers, but you know, I do see cleaners. There are a lot of cleaners throughout the city. I do know of some that have closed down. Unfortunately, a lot of the cleaners that I do know of that have closed are black owned, right? Are cleaners profitable? Are they hard to operate? What's been your differentiation with regard to like success amongst, you know, your other counterparts?
Initially getting into the business, we didn't really know anything about it. We knew that this was a drop-off facility, which is different than some facilities where they have an actual plant on site, where they actually do the cleaning on site.
Absolutely.
So that's a big factor in our space here, because we have some ability to do some of the items now. When we first started out, there were no equipment or machines in here for us to do any of the work, so everything was getting sent out. We had an agreement with a commercial launderer who does commercial dry cleaning for other dry cleaners, and a lot of the other dry cleaners around here use commercial dry cleaning services.
Got it.
To get the work done. So,
which I think is work smarter, not harder.
yeah, so we were doing that initially. The profit margins are, of course, much smaller when you have that overhead.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've gone through the processes, we've learned a lot along the way. We figured out that some things can be done in house, and in order to do that, we had to, get the place fitted out with equipment to be able to do those things. But that saves us money, it saves us time, it saves us the ability to, or it creates the ability for us to manage the quality also.
Absolutely.
So yeah, profitability though, the margins are there. you just have to manage your overhead, and the more you can do yourself as opposed to sending it out for us who don't have our own cleaning plants, is where we can benefit the most.
Got it.
Doing the work ourselves as
Got
much
it.
as we can. Okay, so this is our finishing line. This is where we put all the parts and pieces together. Once all the garments are laundered or dry cleaned and have been pressed, then they get bound here with the tag for the particular customer's items. We get everything here, and then we bag it. We bag it here, and then we either put it on the line here or put it on the line here.
Nice.
So as a part of trying to be relevant, maintain relevancy in this market, because after COVID, a lot changed for dry cleaning. People weren't really dressing the way that they had been. People weren't being required to be as crispy and clean as they might have been before. People were doing church from home.
Yep.
So the industry did see a hit. And because of that, I noticed, as we've been in this process for about a year and a half now, I've noticed that our clientele is an aging clientele. And then the clients that we do have that are younger folks, it's typically the kids of the folks who will come to the cleaners. So one of the things we wanted to do was try to gain a bigger customer base, maybe grab onto younger families, younger professionals, and get people in here who could benefit from our services as well. So what we've done is fit the place out with washers and dryers so we can start our wash and fold service.
Nice.
So what that will be is people bringing their laundry in. It'll be processed through our washers and dryers, and sorted out, and then packaged up and sent out for delivery. Once the wash and fold items are complete, then they'll be bought into a basket like that, and then they come here where they get folded, packaged up, and then this package is ready to be delivered. So this is our new offering. I think will be beneficial to a lot of people. It'll open up our customer base a little bit, I think, and just keep us relevant in dry cleaning and laundry altogether.
When you bought the property, was it turnkey, or did you actually have to do a little bit of work?
Oh man, we had to do some work. We came in here and it was a mess. I really couldn't believe you could get clean clothes out of this place. It was stuff everywhere, and it just was a maintenance thing. The owners, they didn't really maintain the place, and it was just a mess. So the first thing we did was clear the place out. We started selling clothes. All the clothes that were left in here, people had left. It was like $10,000 worth of clothes, clothes, ticketed items on that rack. So we started selling them on the street. We were doing sales outside. People were walking up, and that was one of the things too that kind of made us decide to move forward with just maintaining the cleaners and keeping it open, because people were still walking up as we were trying to clean the place out and renovate it. And again, we weren't initially going to keep this as a dry cleaner, and so we came in. Once we decided to keep it as a dry cleaner, we decided we need to clean this place up and make it presentable so people feel comfortable coming in here. Right. We put new lighting in, we cleaned the lobby up, we did new tile, we opened this window, put a new counter in, we painted the entire exterior of the building, put new signage, painted the signage, and just made it look a lot nicer, and cleaned out everything back here. We put new flooring in, new ceiling tiles, we painted the whole place, and then in the back, we had to install washers and dryers and plumbing for that, new gas lines. Right now we're having some electrical work done. So we've had to do some things to try to just make the place more presentable and more functional for what we need to do. And so now that we've been here at least a year, we can actually see, looking back at September, looking back at October, looking back at November, we can compare, because it just kind of fluctuates. Like December is kind of a slower month.
Okay.
But November is, it's up. So I think once the holidays come in, it kind of slows down a little bit. Yeah. But as soon as it starts getting cooler, you start seeing people come in with comforters and blankets and coats and jackets. So it's interesting because people wear more clothes in the wintertime. So we see heavier items. I think we see more sales, higher sales during the colder months. But I think we see more traffic in the summer months. It's interesting because people are coming in, but they're not bringing those heavy items, those big ticket items. They're bringing t-shirts, they're bringing shorts, they're bringing pants, they're not bringing jackets, coats, and blankets, and that kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, it's interesting. The sales revenue might be, higher or lower, and the traffic could be the opposite of that. So it just depends on the flow of what's going on during the year at that point.
Got it. So what type of software do you use? Okay.
So we inherited a software that we got from the previous owner, which was really good because it had all of the historical data in there from the last 6 years that they had the software. It has customer information in it, customer history, sales history, sales data for the year that they were here. So that's been beneficial. But we also have a new software that we rolled out for our wash and fold. It's through Curbside Laundries. It's their wash and fold solution, and it allows us to keep those orders organized. It allows us to communicate with our customers through our website and to our driver through our driver portal. So the attendant has a portal, the driver has a portal, and the customer has a portal, and they all communicate together. It keeps our orders all together and lined up. So.
Any advice for somebody who wants to kind of get into the dry cleaning business? Is this a business that you'd recommend somebody try their hand at doing, if as a passive entrepreneur, or is this like more hands-on? You got to actually be present.
So I would say dry cleaning is it's a business that requires some massaging. From our experience, so we lucked up because we had an employee here who had been working in this industry and been working here for 13 years.
Okay.
So without her, we would have been a lot more lost. She kind of helped us get on track real quick and understand the process. And so I would say for someone trying to get into dry cleaning, understanding the business, understanding how you're gonna profit, and then keeping your overhead low. If you can do those things, then I think it could be a success. We don't have a plant where we clean our own clothes, and so I'm not sure what the cost associated with maintaining a plant and running a plant would be. But I think for us, it's been more beneficial to not have that additional responsibility versus the way we've been able to do it.
So you have more experience, not just on the cleaner side, but entrepreneurship as a whole. I mean, you've tried your hand at a number of things. Can you talk a little bit more about your background with regard to that?
Yeah. So I started out young, trying to create my own way. I think with entrepreneurship, through real estate, through landscaping. I think my first go at it was creating a bush cutting business, where I just created some flyers and went and passed them out and started cutting bushes in the neighborhood. And that actually was pretty interesting because I actually met some really cool people. I met Emmanuel Stewart. I used to do their bushes twice a year. But I got into real estate really young. I think I bought my first piece of property when I was 18. And then I started getting into buying and flipping real estate. And then at some point, my business partner and I got into this commercial game where we had this opportunity to buy the dental office next door, and so that has kind of changed because now we're into commercial real estate. We're leasing space, and now we're thinking about moving into development and trying to do something with these properties that can benefit the neighborhood. Create some community spaces, maybe some apartments, and revamp this whole corner right here. And so yeah, I've had a lot of interest in real estate and real estate development, entrepreneurship, and so these are those things that that are showing in that realm. And then as well as that, I have a construction company, ProCM, where I do commercial and residential construction consulting and construction management. I went to school at Eastern. I got a bachelor's degree in construction management.
Go Eagles!
Yes, go Eagles! And so that's been really great for me because I had an opportunity to work for a really good company. I worked for Turner Construction for about 13 years, where I worked on multiple projects, different types of projects, sat in different seats there as an estimator, a scheduler, project engineer, superintendent, project safety manager. And so I've had my hands on a lot of different aspects of construction as well. So my passion is construction, real estate, entrepreneurship, and that's what I'm doing. So you looking good.
So tell me about your experience and your history of working at this cleaners and how you were able to help transition the new owner into to bringing it up and leveling up to where it's at today.
Well, let me see. Well, it was kind of easy with them because Jay, the owners, they know a lot already.
Yep.
So it was kind of a good transition with computers and things like that, and their knowledge of it also. So that kind of, it was kind of easy with him. He just picked up, the owners just picked up and ran away with it. So
Nice.
it wasn't like a lot of work that I had to do.
I understand.
Mhm.
So
Tell them how long you worked here, and then tell them like what
I worked
differences
in
are.
Indian Village for 15 years.
Okay.
Okay. I'm shocked at all the people that actually look for a black cleaners. They Google online and looking for a black cleaner. So I'm really kind of glad about that.
Yeah.
And I'm working with, I want to say, two of the greatest guys I know.
Amen to that.
I gotta say, I got the pick of the litter
I
when
hear
it comes to that.
Nice.
I never worked for blacks before.
Okay.
And this is my first time, and
Nice.
they're totally awesome. And the cleaners, everybody well represented here.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. Could you talk a little bit more about like examples, like people Googling a black cleaners? Like that's interesting. There are people in the city that want to support black businesses, and there aren't that many black cleaners that are in the city. So could you double click on that subject a little bit and kind of share your experience with, how customers are kind of coming in and showing their support in that format?
Sure. I have customers that come from far away. They come from way on the east side or to Bloomfield. They tell me that they were looking for a black-owned cleaners, and they don't mind driving to come to it, And they've not only come one time, they come multiple times.
Absolutely.
And they always tell me where they found it at on Google or whatever, saying that they were looking for us.
Nice.
And also, we're open on Sundays. And they Google that. I'm shocked at all the people that actually Google looking for cleaners open on a Sunday, and they get us.
Absolutely. Do you see a difference in, I guess, the younger generations as opposed to the older generations? Do the younger generations still value the cleaning service as much as the older generations have?
Yes, now I do. I'm really shocked. There is a lot of youngs, especially the guys. They come to the cleaners. Well, you got to figure they're paying a lot of money for these jeans.
That's true.
A lot of money for these clothes that they're wearing. So they want to come to the cleaners to get them dry cleaned.
Absolutely.
And they always ask me, what is the benefit of it? I said, well, you don't want your clothes to shrink. You don't want to change the color of them. Bring them to the cleaners and let us take care of it,
Right.
And I get a lot of young guys all day. The new owners came into the building and they cleaned it up because they care about presentation.
Nice.
And that tells a lot, especially when a customer is walking in to a business, an
Absolutely.
establishment,
Yep.
And we welcome our customers as soon as they come in the door. Hey, thank you for coming into Indian Village Cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely want to make the customer feel welcome and let them know that we know they have other options. When they come in here, it was intentional, and we want them to feel welcomed and get a good service for the price that we ask for the service. So it is important to us to make sure that the presentation is there and that people feel welcome and safe coming in here.
Absolutely.
I'm excited and happy about to be a part of this corridor of businesses. I'm not sure if people realize how much influence there is in this neighborhood and how many black-owned businesses there are just between Grand River and Evergreen. I mean, we have a black-owned cleaners, a couple black-owned dental offices, a black-owned hardware store. You know, the Garden Bug is here. They sell all kind of stuff you can buy from Home Depot and go there instead. You got the spa appeal.
Rosa,
you know, Detroit Vegan Soul. There's a new beauty supply that just opened up.
okay.
Blair's, I think it's somebody Blair, beauty supply. And so there's just a lot happening. Saiji's clothing. So there's a lot of black businesses in here. So I'm excited to be a part of that. And hopefully we can come together and put some things together and continue to improve this neighborhood. But thanks for coming and checking us out today. We're located again right on Grand River in Rosedale Park, 18577 Grand River. We do alterations and repairs. We clean boots, shoes, coats, everything you can imagine. We do household laundry. We offer a pickup and delivery service with wash and fold. You can find us on Instagram at Indian Village Cleaners, or you can visit our website at IndianVillageFreshFold.com. Check out the QR code on the back. If you are interested in pickup and delivery service, go ahead and sign up, scan the code, create an account. We'll take care of the rest.
Solid.
Sorry.
Yep.
Indian Village, this is Jeremy speaking. How can I help you? Yes, we clean we clean coats. What kind of coat do you have? Okay, yeah, we pre-spot that for you to get those makeup stains off the best we can, and we should be able to get that back for you within a day or so. Did you want to bring it in today?